Ew, gross. Oh, do you hear that, folks?
Oh, it's so sticky. Oh, yuck. Without roaches, many ecosystems all over the world would be destabilized or perhaps even go extinct. Where else could you go on YouTube to see your favorite YouTuber get absolutely slimed by a giant roach?
My name is Jack, and I've spent the past few years traveling all over the globe to find some of nature's most unique and dangerous animals. My goal? To show the world that even the most bizarre, or perhaps even deadly life forms on Earth deserve both our respect and our appreciation. In today's mission, I am headed to the dense cloud forests of Ecuador on the hunt for one of the largest roaches on Earth, Megaloblatta blabberoides. These massive roaches are some of my favorite insects in the world, and they have quite a few interesting tricks up their sleeve. Let's set out to find one of these giant roaches.
Now, these roaches are fairly mysterious because although people do encounter them quite often, we don't know a lot about their reproduction, their behavior, and even what they might be eating. So I'm hoping that through hiking this beautiful expanse of habitat, I'll be able to find one of these amazing, or perhaps even more, one of these amazing roaches, and hopefully we can learn some more about the fantastic and gigantic Megaloblatta.
Now, these cloud forests in Ecuador host a fantastic array of life. Minutes after we started our search for these massive roaches, we ran into a plethora of unique and interesting invertebrates. Just a few short minutes later, though, I spotted exactly what I was looking for.
No way! Oh. Ew, gross! Oh, do you hear that, folks?
Oh, it just gooed all over me. Take a look at that. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? This right here is a beautiful Megaloblatta blabberoides nymph. Ew, it freaking gooed all over me. Take a look here, folks. No, this isn't an injured roach. They intentionally have these gooey segments here in order to slime potential predators, make it harder for them to be grabbed onto and to be predated. So you heard that squeaking noise. These animals stridulate as well in order to ward off would-be attackers. Wow, that is bizarre. Climb on this other hand so I may please wipe this hand off. I got properly gooed. Oh, it's so sticky. Oh, yuck. Oh man, where else could you go on YouTube to see your favorite YouTuber get absolutely slimed by a giant roach? Ew, gross, look at that. Oh, you can hear it too. That's so much fun. I went to wipe it off and I was like, this feels like super glue on my hands. That is crazy. So you can see like a bird or anything like that. If it went to go and grab this roach, this is like glue here. This would glue that beak shut. That animal would no longer ever consider these roaches to be prey if it were able to survive its beak being glued shut for as long as this stuff takes to wear off. Oh, easy, killer. Wow, that's so interesting. That is so bizarre. As adults, of course, these roaches lose those gooey segments, and they are covered in fantastic and beautiful wings. These are some of the largest roaches on Earth. The close cousin to this species, Megaloblatta longipennis, is the largest roach on Earth. It has an incredible length and incredible wingspan. These are only slightly smaller, but even this baby roach here, this nymph, is still a sizable insect. Wow, that is such a weird defense mechanism. Thank you for sliming me. Hope I'm not allergic to roach slime. I'd hate to, walk into that doctor's visit. What seems to be the problem today? Got slimed by a roach? I'm sorry, sir? What did you just say to me? Yeah, I got slimed by a roach. Turns out I'm allergic. I don't think I'm allergic, but it does make my fingers feel a little bit weird. That is so fascinating, folks. Look at the size of this. This is not even an adult roach, and this is fairly large. I mean, this puts the German and American cockroaches that find their way into your garages and kitchens to shame, does it not? I mean, look at the size of this thing. Wow. Now, I know I may be in the minority, but I love a good roach. These are easily some of the coolest roaches on Earth. They're so big, and that fantastic defense mechanism. Wow, it's just so bizarre, so weird. Let's see if I can get it to crawl on my face. Roach on my forehead. I think it's an improvement. What do you say, folks? It's a new fashion trend, right? Giant roach brooch. Oops. Don't worry, I caught him. Ugh, that feels so weird. These animals have very large tarsal claws that they use to climb. When they're not flying through the air as adults, they spend most of their time on generally erect dead trees. Now, it's thought that they might be eating fungi. They do theoretically require quite a bit of protein, so fungi would be a great place to start to collect that precious resource for these giant roaches. Have you ever seen a roach this big, folks? Chances are you haven't, unless you've been watching me for a while. I have found this species before in Costa Rica. Not an amazing nymph like this, but a spectacular adult. They are such impressive insects. Wow. Look at that. I mean, the gooey segments. I was surprised. I wasn't expecting that gooey segment to just kind of slough off like that. So you heard when it was stridulating, when it was rubbing those body parts together to warn me to ward off a predation attempt, that perhaps that stridulation just kind of dislodged some of that goo there so that it would come off in a more liquid manner. But that is just so weird. Wow. I love that. Now, a lot of people don't realize that roaches are actually really clean. They spend most of their time when they're not feeding cleaning themselves. In fact, you would be hard-pressed to find the same amount of bacteria on the surface of a roach as you would the surface of a human hand. So next time you see roaches in your home, ask yourself, are roaches dirty? Or are the roaches here because I'm dirty? Because chances are those roaches are merely moving in on resources that you have carelessly left available to them. These animals are not symbols of filth and disease, but rather friends that help us clean up after ourselves when we don't do the best job at that ourselves. So it's important. These roaches are very important in their own respective ecosystems. They perform countless, immeasurably important services within their respective biomes. They are great detritivores. They feed on organic waste. Many species even help break down fallen and decaying wood. Other species simply are just great food resources for all sorts of animals, like mantises and bats and frogs and lizards. Without roaches, many ecosystems all over the world would be destabilized or perhaps even go extinct. So even though you might not like roaches, roaches are critically important members of our planet. You don't have to like them, but we do have to respect their place and the roles that they serve in their respective ecosystems. Wow. Well, I think we had an amazing time with this beautiful Megaloblotta nymph. I enjoyed the sensation of being absolutely slimed by a roach for the first time, which was quite interesting and unusual, and I'm glad that you guys were able to share that with me, because that was quite odd. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it was very interesting and a very great time with this spectacular roach, so we thank her. We thank our lovely roach friend. We're gonna let her right back to where we found her. She's right here in this nice mossy bank. Look at that. There she goes. To eat whatever she's eating out here. Wow, that's cool. What a fantastic species. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed our little hangout with the impressive and gigantic and gooey Megaloblotta giant forest roach here. So, I'm sorry to say, but our time has come to an end. But I hope if I've left you with anything, I hope I leave you with this. The world around us is full with an incredible diversity of life. From the tiniest ants to the biggest whales, every single organism in its respective ecosystem serves an important and vital role in maintaining not only the health of that ecosystem, but maintaining the health of our planet as a whole. So, my friends, I hope that this video helped shed a little light and maybe helped kind of put you a little further into the corner of our friends, the roaches. I know they're not a favorite. I know they're not high up on everybody's list to go out into the beautiful natural world and go and find and see like they are for me. But I hope that I can help you realize these aren't disgusting, gross, just absolutely nasty creatures that you don't want to have anything to do with. These are important animals. They do important things in their native ecosystems. So we benefit from the existence of roaches, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. So you don't have to like roaches, but please appreciate them, maybe even go as far to thank them for the services that they provide that we all benefit from. So thanks so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed watching me getting gooed up by this lovely Megaloblotta nymph. But that's really all I've got for you today. So I hope to see you next week with the next upload. But until then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you next Friday.